Haunted Heights Chronicles, the Cemetery of Whispers. Yo, what's good, Twisted Theater fam? It's Denzo, back with Chapter 2 of the Haunted Heights Chronicles. Last time, Andrew and his crew had a close encounter at the Omni Parker house. Ghosts, warnings, the whole spooky package. But if you thought that was scary, wait until you hear about their trip to King's Chapel Burying Ground. This one's a slow burn with a scream at the end. Let's dive in. Boston streets are quiet in the early morning mist as Andrew and his friends arrive at King's Chapel Burying Ground, a cemetery dating back to 1630. The iron gates creak as the group pushes them open, revealing rows of ancient headstones leaning at odd angles. Bro, why do old cemeteries always look like horror movie sets? Jesse quips, trying to lighten the mood. Andrew and his friends confront chilling tales of restless spirits and unsettling encounters, culminating in a spine-tingling race for survival as they grapple with the supernatural legacy of the cemetery. Carla steps in confidently, snapping pictures with her phone. Because they are. You guys ready to meet Captain Kidd's ghost or what? Andrew holds up a printout. This place is more than just pirates. People were buried alive here, graves were moved, and restless spirits are supposedly looking for their coffins. Manny shivers. Yeah, well, if I hear yo-ho-ho in the middle of the cemetery, I'm out. The group finds a headstone belonging to a woman named Abigail, whose story Andrew had researched. This is it, Andrew says, pointing to the gravestone. Abigail was buried here after her carpenter cut her head off so she'd fit in the coffin. Jesse grimaces. Yo, that's messed up. As Carla snaps a picture, her phone glitches, the screen freezing on the image of the gravestone. A faint shadow can be seen just behind the stone. Look at this, she says, showing the group. The shadow moves. What the? Manny steps back, his voice trembling. Before anyone can say anything, a faint, raspy voice echoes through the cemetery. Who's there? The group freezes, their breath visible in the suddenly frigid air. All right, fam, this is the part where you pretend you heard nothing and go home, but not these guys. The group presses on, drawn deeper into the cemetery. They pass another headstone marked with a skull and crossbones. Captain Kidd, Andrew says. Legend says you can hear his voice if he doesn't want you here. Manny snorts. Right, because pirates were chilling in Boston instead of the Caribbean. Suddenly the air fills with the faint sound of chains rattling. The group stops, looking around. Jesse's voice cracks. Did y'all hear that? The chains grow louder, accompanied by a gravelly whisper, leave while you can. The group huddles together as a cold gust of wind swirls around them, scattering leaves. Carla holds up her phone, recording. I'm not scared. Who's there? The voice laughs, low and menacing. You've been warned. The chains stop, leaving an eerie silence. As the group reaches the far end of the cemetery, they notice a grave marker leaning against a tree, separate from the others. The name is illegible, the stone worn smooth by time. Andrew crouches to examine it. This might belong to someone whose grave was moved. The stories say their spirits wander, looking for their original coffins. As he speaks, the ground beneath him shifts slightly. Andrew jumps back as a skeletal hand bursts through the soil. Run! Carla screams, grabbing Jesse's arm. The group bolts toward the gate, but the path seems longer than before, the trees closing in around them. Whispers grow louder, overlapping voices calling their names. Manny stumbles, turning to see a shadowy figure standing near the disturbed grave, its hollow eyes glowing faintly. What do you want? He yells. The figure raises a bony hand, pointing toward the gate. The group bursts through the cemetery gates, collapsing onto the sidewalk. The whispers stop, and the air feels warmer. Jesse gasps for breath. What the hell was that? Andrew pulls out his camera, flipping through the footage. On one frame, a shadowy figure stands behind him at the grave, its face twisted in anger. Carla shakes her head. We shouldn't have come here. This was a mistake. Andrew's jaw tightens. Maybe, but we're not done yet. Fort Warren is next. Manny groans. Great, more ghosts. Can't wait. All right, Twisted Theater fam, here's the big question. If a ghost told you to leave, would you listen or stay to investigate? Drop your answers in the comments. And don't forget, this is only Chapter 2. Smash that like button and subscribe for more chills. Until next time, stay sharp and stay safe. Peace. Next up, Fort Warren. What will the crew face on the haunted island, and what secrets will they uncover? Stay tuned for Chapter 3.